Hey YouTube, dog crates are useful for many reasons, but what if you need one for a short amount of time, but you don't have a friend you can borrow one from? A crate like this can easily cost over $100. And this is the crate that I built myself. Now, I built this with these little pieces of metal. These are actually sold to build these little crates, little shelving units that you might see in a dorm room. But that plus a few of these cable ties, and you'll get a crate. Now, this is not the most escape-proof crate you can find, and if your dog likes to chew things like plastic and swallow little pieces, this may not work for you because this is very hard plastic, and if it's chewed up, it can become kind of sharp. So be aware of that. My dog has gone into this crate many times and has never touched them, so it depends on the dog. And you also will want something like this. These are a pair of wire cutters to cut up the end of the cable ties. Now you can use a good pair of scissors, but these are faster if you have them. So now I'm going to show you exactly how I built this. The way I figured out how big to make the crate I already had was just about the right size for my dog. Now, don't worry if you don't have a crate to start with, because I'm going to show you the size that you need to make a crate this size. Now, of course, if you need a larger one, you use more pieces. If you use a smaller one, well, you get the idea. But these pretty much work best for a crate this size. If it's a little too big, it's okay. So basically, just line them up like this to see how wide it is. And I came to the conclusion that's about 2 holes on each side, or I thought. Now, this is where I made a mistake, because when I put this crate together, I realized that this part, since I wanted the door on the side, this little bit here is where my dog had to walk through, and it's a little small. So you might actually want to move it a little beyond and only have 1 hole on this side and 2 on this side. And to make the height, it's just one hole here. That should be plenty to be structurally sound, and it'll equal the height of this crate. Let's build the back piece. Stack them up on the floor, 1 square high. And then put the middle piece in. Again, 2 squares here, 1 square here. And something that I did when I was originally building one of these is you don't want to put the cable ties in until you've laid this whole piece out. And the reason is, even if you have a lot of these cable ties, there's a lot of overlap on these pieces. And if you start putting them in as you put 2 or 3 of them together, you'll find that you end up putting these cable ties in the same areas, and it's just inefficient. There you go. It's pretty much the back panel, or it could be the top panel. It's just basically the same. But you'll have these little pieces sticking out here. You can cut them off with a pair of wire cutters if you have them, because they cut through these very quickly. But if you don't have wire cutters, you can use scissors. It just isn't always as easy, especially if they're not very sharp. And also, don't worry so much about the edges, as you'll connect them when you put the whole crate together. You're now going to want to put together 2 pieces such as this with 1 square in between. These are going to be your sides. Just take that and some cable ties. And again, this is where the sides get their strength. All right, so now you have the two sides and you've attached them. Now just stand it up as you see here. And you might want to angle these in a little bit to support the top piece when you put it on top. Like this. And of course, use the cable ties. And then just attach the rest of it. Now at this point, you're going to want to put 2 on one side and 2 on the other side, and then the door is going to be in the middle. So you can take 2 of these and build them on the floor if you'd like, or being that the structure is basically finished, you can take them and attach them one at a time. And of course, it's best to loop the corners around as you did before. All right, so now you have 2 pieces on each side to make the sides, and then just take 2 more pieces to make the door and connect them to one of these smaller pieces, and you have a crate. So to be honest, this is the part I haven't really worked out perfectly, so you might have a better solution for this. This seems to work for me. I had this little sort of carabiner type clip already from something else, and that clips like that and keeps it safe. Now, if you have any other suggestions that would work better, please go ahead and post them in the comments section. Thank you. Now, if your dog has a bed such as this one from Dog Bed for Less, you might want to build your crate without a bottom piece. That way, you can just place the crate on top of the bed, and your dog has something a lot more comfortable to lay on than the standard plastic insert you'd find on a commercial crate. Now, this bed has a machine washable outer cover and a waterproof inner cover. So if there is an accident when you're not home, you can easily clean the outer one and you don't have to worry about any liquids staining or getting into the memory foam. So I hope you found this useful. Please like it. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that as well. And if you feel like it, maybe consider clicking on an ad. That really helps me out. Thanks. How was that?